I'm sharing today about two main topics. One is fear of rejection, abandonment, like being unliked, and post like projection in somebody, like having somebody who they become like a vessel for negative patterns that we can see. So fear of someone being above us, and then us also feeling like we're above someone else. All right, so the fear of the other not liking us, abandoning us, rejecting us comes from us not developing our self-worth and self-love, or looking at ourselves and remembering it has to be personal and non-universal. We have our own values and needs. Like I have my values and needs, what's healthy, positive, and beneficial for me, prioritizing my time to put myself first, communicating, practicing, expressing. When we don't set boundaries, the dangers are unreasonable expectations, others setting them for me, feeling drained and powerless. And how I see myself is how others see me. If I'm feeling invisible, undesirable, it'll seem that way. And no is a complete sentence. Explanation, defense, worry is not required. And sometimes there's energy vampires who will be unable, and in those cases, what do we call it? I don't even like these words, energy vampire, but that's what I've heard so much. Somebody who's just looking like to get your energy. I don't really fully know what it means. I'm learning about it, but basically we can't start second guessing ourselves or backpedaling because they don't like our boundaries. They're almost going to use the opportunity to get our energy. It's kind of like they just need to interact and they just want attention. They just want an other. But when we change, it develops in our community, or we keep repeating it, and it becomes a gift for us. It becomes our support. When we know our preferences, we can prioritize ourselves, because what is codependency? So loss of self. It's looking outside ourselves for purpose and meaning. And recovery is actually a lifelong muscle. We recover ourselves. Instead of keeping secrets, we start to love the inner child, and we avoid unhealthy partners when we create new habits of self-love. And the truth is, when we're looking outside of ourselves for the needs to be met, or someone else's, that's an insecure, obsessive, clingy, needy kind of lover. And now I'm going to switch gears to talk about when sort of looking at someone else this way. So the mind wants to make sense of what it can't, and we do sense where others are and have a desire for understanding and a good relationship with others, except if it was knocked out early. When we have escapism, it's telling us to ignore what we're feeling. That's the sign that we're avoiding. But a deeper acceptance of the issue requires looking more deeply into it. Powerlessness is accuracy, because we don't need to shred it or call them out on it. And there is something called mutual admiration. So here we're saying like lowering someone or lowering ourselves and raising them. When we see someone like building themselves up, or we have to get out of our own way, we're all vulnerable and flawed humans. We can see someone might have some tendencies too, not just us, manipulating and flattering us, filling in the blanks with the negative, disregarding us, making what others think of us matter. But when we don't deny or suppress, we can actually ask for guidance. And like, I remember a quote, someone said, like, I'm taking my toys and going home and binging till I'm sick, with unshakable conviction. What was I asking of that person that is like, so what's the connection? It's like, when I'm in so I'm going to back up a bit. When I'm in conflict, I could start to see I'm beginning to have a low self-esteem and insecurity, being able to admire the good qualities without forgetting, or being able to appreciate their developmental challenges. This is the other person. Being able to maintain the value, which is, me, of the connection, like through appraisal. And when we accept that we can always get it from others or from God, like a better angel will help if we have the willingness, like someone will be there for us if we just do the right thing and we trust, then we're not going to be like needing to lower someone for not doing what we want. We could look at them with pity, like, oh, they can't manage, or they're not able. So we could say things like, I didn't want to do X, or I didn't want to feel forced or controlled about this, or I didn't want to be in a role of this, or I didn't want those demands of this. And we can also hear that from other people if we're in a place. So, for example, when somebody was like, so sure that they wanted to go home and make themselves sick. It was like they're saying out loud, that they want to escape, and they cannot make sense of what happened. They're feeling flawed, and they don't see admiration. So whoever triggered them could say, like, what was I asking of them that caused them to be like this? Or, why is this person assuming it's not going to get better? So that's where we have to start to be authentic, which is our flaws and all. It's a back and forth, a give and take. And it's nice to offer comfort and solace, but we can't do the work for someone else. So this person is going to have to feel their pain without getting sick. We can be an example without working it out for the other person, with acceptance, liberation, serenity. Even if others don't do the work, we could keep doing our own way, practicing, not just talking. And at times we're not looking like on purpose, but we're looking for caretaking. At times we're looking, it's rational, intuitive, spiritual. At the same time, could be like a desperate person grabbing hold. But without competition, we can own the envy and arrive at the mutual sharing of giftedness, knowing how to handle situations that used to baffle us. Peace doesn't have to be temporary or ephemeral, because even though we can't bottle or manufacture it, conflicts which feel like a crisis can actually bring about the faith and support around us that can carry us through even times where we feel sickness and secrets. But what we're saying, like in connection, it helps us to not need someone else to fulfill us or it or whatever we're going through, because gratitude really is sufficient. I hope that this was interesting for you, and I wish you a beautiful weekend. It's a holy day of Sukkot tomorrow, and so I won't be tomorrow night, so I won't be doing a video on, and anyway, it's Shabbos also, so I won't be doing a video until Monday. Today's very late Thursday night. This is for Friday. Best wishes. Bye-bye.